Some people feel most alive in the quiet corners of their own homes. They don't crave crowded streets or the attention of strangers. What brings them peace is the comfort of familiar walls and the soft sound of stillness. To someone watching from the outside, they might seem like they are avoiding life, yet they are simply living it in a different way. They are not running from the world. They are moving toward peace. There is a psychology behind this choice. Studies show that people who love staying home often carry rich inner worlds. Their ideas, their imagination, their emotions are vivid. Inside their minds, there is depth, color, and movement. Home is not a hiding place. It is a sanctuary where all of that can breathe. Psychologists call it high internal self-presence, the ability to feel more connected to the inner world than the outer one. They don't need loud excitement to feel joy. They can look out a window, hold a warm drink, and feel a kind of fulfillment others chase in faraway places. Their hearts don't speed up in crowds. They steady themselves in silence. But here's the interesting part. It wasn't always like this. Many of them once tried to match the fast rhythm of the world. They tried to keep up with friends who loved parties or constant movement. Somewhere along the way, they realized something important. Their calm wasn't a flaw. Their need for solitude wasn't a weakness. It was simply their nature. I remember the moment I understood this. I thought staying home meant I would feel left out or lonely. Instead, I felt understood by the space around me. I realized I didn't need noise to feel alive. I didn't need eyes on me to feel seen. I began to value the sound of turning pages more than the sound of applause. That is when I understood that peace is also a way of living. Staying home doesn't mean being alone. Sometimes it means being with yourself long enough to truly listen. And the busy world rarely teaches us how to do that. There is a unique trait many home-loving people share: introspection. They think deeply. Small moments turn into stories. Memories turn into lessons. Their emotions don't move shallowly. Joy becomes rich. Sadness becomes art. Hope becomes direction. They don't rush through their feelings just to keep up with the pace of others. They take time to understand them. Research even shows that people who enjoy solitude often score high in creativity, empathy, and emotional intelligence. Their calm helps them understand others, even if they themselves are not always understood. Still, the world often mislabels them. You are missing out. You should socialize more. Don't you get bored? These words hurt because they carry the idea that homebodies are incomplete. Yet many of the world's greatest thinkers and creators were homebodies. They didn't stand in crowds. They stood in their rooms, shaping ideas that would one day change the world. Here is the hidden truth. Silence has its own language. It teaches patience. It sharpens observation. And it builds a strength that doesn't need attention to exist. But there is a curiosity behind all of this. If home feels so safe, what are they protecting themselves from? Sometimes it is overstimulation, noise, chaos, unpredictability. All of it can feel overwhelming. Their nervous system craves stability, a place where energy settles instead of reacting. Home gives them control over their environment, and that control gives them peace. Sometimes it is trust. They give their heart slowly to a few people, not because they are cold, but because they feel everything intensely. And sometimes it is simply preference. Not fear, not avoidance. Just a genuine love for what feels warm and familiar. They have hobbies that don't need a crowd. Reading, gaming, painting, watching films, building something personal. Their joy becomes a quiet ritual instead of a loud celebration. They measure happiness in moments, not events. And here's a small secret they rarely say out loud. They love deeply. They care quietly. They notice everything. When distractions fall away, the heart learns how to focus. If you love staying home, you might have felt misunderstood. You may have wondered if something was wrong with you. But what if there is nothing wrong? What if the world simply needs more people like you? People who listen before speaking. People who think before acting. People who feel before pretending. Let me shift from talking about them to talking as one of them. I once thought the world would forget me if I stayed too long in my room. Then I noticed something. My inner world was blooming. Thoughts grew like gardens. Ideas kept me awake more than any party ever could. I found meaning in the simplicity of my own space. And I realized home is not walls. Home is a state of mind, so let me speak to you directly. Your quiet is powerful. Your silence has depth. Your solitude is not a burden. It is a gift. You are not avoiding life. You are living it with intention. You don't waste words on small talk or time on shallow experiences. You want meaning and real connection, even if that connection is rare. Psychologists say people who prefer solitude are often highly self-aware. They know what drains their energy and what nourishes it. They understand themselves in ways many people never do. Yes, they get lonely sometimes. But loneliness and solitude are not the same thing. Solitude is chosen. Loneliness is not. Some days, staying home feels like protection. Other days, it feels like freedom. And both are valid. This preference is about energy management. It's not always about introversion. Even extroverts sometimes need the peace of home to recharge. There is a paradox, though. Sometimes they love home because the world once disappointed them. A broken friendship. A betrayal. A moment when their emotions were too big for others to hold. So they built a place where they don't have to apologize for who they are. If you have ever stayed home. Because the outside world felt heavy, you are not alone. You are learning to protect your peace. And that is emotional wisdom. Yet loving home doesn't mean you don't dream. Your dreams are not small. They are simply internal. You don't need 100 people cheering. You need one person who truly understands. Home is where you can breathe without performing. It is where exhaustion melts into softness. It is where you remember who you are. The world worships constant hustle, yet rest is part of growth. Stillness is clarity. Silence is understanding. You are not paused. You are healing, becoming, learning. And when you love with intention. Quiet people feel deeply. Their relationships, though few, are authentic. They notice the small things, the unsent messages, the hidden sighs, the feelings behind silence. That is a rare kind of strength. People who love staying home don't fear their thoughts. They don't run from their emotions. They can sit with themselves and feel whole. That is self-connection. So hear this clearly. You are not strange for loving the comfort of home. You are not fragile. You are not unambitious. You are not missing out. You are building a life that fits your soul. And one day when the time is right, you will step out. Not because you must, but because you choose to. And that choice will make the world outside feel even more beautiful. Until then, drink your warm coffee slowly. Keep exploring the worlds inside your mind. Keep protecting your peace. Keep loving quietly but deeply. Because people who love staying home are the ones who make the world feel like home.